So she found out her friend's fiance might have cheated during his bachelor party. So what has happened to this couple since? Today is Thursday. We call Thursdays follow-up Thursdays. You guys hit us up and you're like, yo, Bert Show, whatever happened to blank? And then we do the homework and we give you some closure. You remember this one here, Mo?
I do. So days before her friend's wedding, Sasha overheard a disturbing rumor about the groom. And a friend of the groom claims he witnessed the groom go into a room with a random woman during his bachelor party. So nothing was confirmed about what happened behind the closed doors. However, Sasha thought it was shady. So she reached out to us seeking advice on whether she should tell the bride or not. Because she didn't have solid proof of the groom cheating, we advised her it was best to stay out of it. But instead, she chose to tell the maid of honor about the rumor. So the maid of honor appeared to be unfazed, but on the day of the wedding, Sasha suspected something was off. So the bride was less affectionate towards the groom. Was the message passed along to the bride? Are the two still married? We need answers.
All right, the update. Hi, everyone. It's so funny that you reached out for an update because I only finally processed everything that happened recently. A lot went down after we last spoke. So everything seemed totally normal after the wedding. They went on their honeymoon, posted photos, and seemed to really enjoy being married. I told myself I was only watching through Instagram and I had no idea what was actually going on behind closed doors. But I was still curious to know if she had been told what had happened during her wedding. But it wasn't my business anymore, and I knew I needed to just let it go, at least for the time being. A couple weeks after the honeymoon, I went to lunch to catch up with my friend, and I really didn't know what to expect. Well, she was just a picture of a blushing new bride. She showed me photos of their honeymoon, gushed about how much fun married life was. I was so confused. I gently mentioned how off she seemed during the wedding and if anything had gone wrong. She started venting to me. Turns out her makeup artist that morning had plied her with champagne, and by the time she got to the aisle, she was pretty much drunk. She laughed and told me that she was trying so hard to make sure no one noticed how tipsy she was. We talked a little longer, but it was bugging me so bad. I couldn't tell if she was making an excuse or if she really didn't know what her husband had done. She forgot the word allegedly there. So I just broke down and I spilled it all.
Oh, no.
Yikes.
Her demeanor changed immediately. Her demeanor changed completely.
Yeah.
She froze and then she got angry. She demanded I tell her who told me that, so I told her about the groomsmen. After that, she got up as quickly as she could and barely even said goodbye. I texted her afterwards telling her that I was sorry to be the bearer of bad news and that if she ever wanted to talk, I would be there for her. I got a call that night from the groom, and he was very upset.
Not happy, huh?
I bet.
He berated me over the phone, telling me that my lies and jealousy had the power to jeopardize a marriage. He asked me how I could be so cruel to someone I called my friend. I hung up on him because I wasn't going to let anyone speak to me like that and immediately called my friend. The call didn't go through. Over the next week, I was removed from group chats and blocked all over social media. Only the maid of honor was kind enough to send me a message. It turns out that as soon as my friend left lunch, she confronted the groomsman. He told her that I was crazy and making stuff up and her husband co-signed. So now my dear friend thinks I made up a complete lie about her husband cheating on her before the wedding for no reason. And the maid of honor refuses to back me up because she doesn't want to make waves. I was grieving the loss of basically an entire friend group for a while, but recently I realized that I'm better off without those people in my life. This might seem like a sad update, but I'm very happy to be surrounded by people I can be honest with now. Thanks again, Sasha.
This has happened so many times on the show that when you're the one that delivers the news, man, and you think you're doing the right thing, you're the one that ends up being ostracized from the group.
Yeah, I don't think she did the right thing. I feel like when your friend is going on about how happy she is and you're about to give her news that you know is going to completely pop that balloon, I kind of feel like it was an a-hole move disguised by the fact that she thinks it was the right thing. I felt like it was a very white knight thing to do, to think that you're going to slide in and be the savior of this entire marriage. But I think what you actually did was just really stir up a lot of trouble that you just didn't need to do. And I know it's a problem that the groomsmen and the bridesmaid didn't back you up, but honestly, I probably would have done the same thing.
Yeah, I co-sign with Abby. It's one of these deals where you didn't have the proof. This is hearsay. Mm-hmm. You heard something and now you're just repeating what you're hearing. So you you didn't have a leg to stand on.
Yeah, this is why I always mind my business when it comes to relationships, especially if you don't have the proof or it's not a top tier friend. But I think if you were going to say something, you had the time to do it at the time that you found out the information. But since you didn't do it then, there was no reason to do it now.
I'm with you, man.
The Bert Show.